So the video you just watched was about this prosthetic arm right here. Uses an EMG sensor. It's powered by 6 volts. Uses a servo motor and Arduino Nano. And so from the video, you could probably imagine the programming would be very simple for this, and you'd be mostly right. Yeah, the code was quite simple. You can see the GitHub on the website. But the reason this project took so long is solely down to which you would imagine to also be quite simple would be the hand and fingers part of just 3D modeling, printing, and then iterating designs to make sure everything works. And also finding like optimal materials like this nylon cord and this fishing wire and such was not easy to construct, 3D model, design, and kind of put together. So I went through many iterations, and I do wish I had this big Ziploc bag of just fingers, robot fingers, not human fingers, fortunately. Um, yeah, I don't have him, but I went through so many different iterations of finger designs until I landed on this trapezoid kind of design for the fingers, which I was inspired by another design I saw. Um, I couldn't find the design. I mean, this was actually like my very first project, like my very first real project, like something that I fully did by myself, rather than like following. Like at first I started just doing tutorials, and then from there, this is my first personal project that I fully did by myself, and so yeah, it was modeled in mostly Tinkercad, which is insane to think about now that I made this in Tinkercad. It's not the most professional of CADs. Yeah, it was quite difficult to make within Tinkercad, and it ended up quite okay. I remember in the end, I was really proud of this in particular, and I still look back on this with pride because it was my very first project. But um, definitely learned a lot from this. Learned the most from this project for sure. Mostly about CAD. The programming was quite simple, as you can imagine, and getting the motor to work and everything, that was all quite simple. But just 3D modeling this and iterating and learning that engineering process of just like coming up with a design, a prototype, and then kind of testing it, finding out where it can be improved, figuring out what you can do better, and then doing it better, and just keeping at it until you get a design you're happy with. And this was the first project where I really discovered that. So yeah, this is this prosthetic arm. The CAD files, the code, and everything can be found on the website, in the description. That's my personal website. It's a GitHub website, with all of my projects, so you can find all of the details, and you can also find my personal email in case there's any resources or anything you're looking for. And if you want to build your own, you can email me for any like tips or anything. Built this a while ago, but I still mostly remember the whole process. And yeah, why I built this, honestly, I was just like thinking of cool projects because at this point, the point I started this, I'd learned quite a lot about programming, Arduino, and a decent amount of 3D modeling after just like doing a bunch of lessons and such. And I wanted like a really cool project to work on to kick off this kind of hobby and passion. And I ultimately wanted this to kind of be a part of something greater. I wanted this to be part of like I guess I wanted to kind of like have a belt and have like a third arm coming off, which I might actually still do in the future. But to get that started, I thought to myself, okay, that's pretty complicated. I'll kind of start with just like a prosthetic arm to kind of figure out how, I can get the tendons working and stuff. And it definitely taught me a lot, and I learned that it's not easy. It's not easy to design your own um, project and do everything from scratch. And it was definitely worth it, though. Definitely good experience, and yeah, that's why I built it to learn, to kick it off with something cool, something ambitious, and ultimately was hoping for it to be part of something bigger. I might still do that for sure. Maybe in university, or maybe before the end of my grade 12 year. We'll see. Yeah. Thank you for watching. All of the resources are in the description on my website if you are interested. And by all means, please contact me if you need any information regarding the construction of this. Yeah, thanks for watching.